Hello, ComicsGate. This is the Midday Repartee. I am Rotten Glory, joined today by the creator of Bloodhunt and Tales from the Natverse. Sim, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, and hello to everybody. Thank you for joining the best midday show of CG. Period.
The best and maybe only, but I'll take that. I'll take that.
That's how you have to roll with it, dude. So, welcome
Absolutely.
to the midday repartee.
Repartee, man. That's what we do. This is an off. I'm not drinking today. Um,
No
so
drinking
yeah,
today.
let's fuck it. We'll do it sober. Damn it. I don't like it, but I'll do it.
Hey, no warming up, no lube. Dry. Let's do this shit.
Smiling Bandito, always good to have you here. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, shit, man, what's going on with you? I heard you were just telling me that Second Chance Black and White.
Yeah, like yesterday, Art was reaching out to a few people saying, "Hey, this is going live at the." He was saying like 10 PST, and I'm like, "What is it in real time?" But it ended up being at 1, so it's live. So let me share my screen because this is like, let's just give a heads up to our Art the Bird. No, I did it by joke. I know it's Art Cibar. I say that, I'm just making fun of the fact that everybody for ages used to call him Art the Bert.
Art to Bert.
Yeah, I'm like, it's Art Cibar, right? It's a
Yes.
French name.
That's awesome. Dude, this book, I did miss out on this. So this is so tempting for me. I've kind of put myself on a hold for backing projects, just economics.
But this is
But
tempting, right?
damn, this might bring me out of hiding on this. I'd
So
like to
yeah,
get my hands on it. Looks good.
he launched in an hour, like an hour ago, like at 1. And now he's at 3,196 USD. So he was asking for 500. So he's 639% funded with
Damn.
31 days to go. And see, 7 out of 20. You have a poster here. That's just a poster. You have the black and white book for $25. You have another variant cover here. You have the Vampire Line black and white thing that he did
Oh
available
right,
there. And you have
right.
this that broke my heart, an extra $10.
What are you still thinking about it or?
Why do you think it's open? See, it's open there, and it's the one that
Right, got you.
it's the one I wanted, and I'm like, yeah, but it's an
Yeah,
extra
he's
$10, and
God. I
dude, to me it means 25 plus 25 shipping. That means 50 US. That means 67.
I remember it, if I remember correctly, when Capullo first started with Spawn, there was a lot of people were pissed off. Like they didn't really care for it because it was there's an abstraction to his style. It's very exaggerated. Um,
So,
but I think over time, and Todd is just like he's
Todd is very
loyal.
it's very like a caricature type.
Yeah, and he's just loyal as hell. Once he chooses somebody to be his champion on that book,
Yeah,
he stuck with him, and I think he won people over
dude,
for sure.
and the Tom McFarlane inks on it, it was sick. Danny Mickey
Hmm.
when he took over too. Like, I think it's sad though that he went a bit more simple when he hit the DC. After he left Spawn.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
dude, the Great Capullo to me is one of my favorites. And here's the beautiful cover
yeah.
in
Look
full.
at that shit. It's gorgeous, man.
But it's extra $10. It hurts.
Extra $10. Damn.
That means that if I want that book, it's gonna cost me $87 Canadian.
Wow,
When you
man.
think about it, every time I buy one of those $25 book with that $25 shipping, it comes up to $67 to me Canadian, 50 US.
Oof. Yeah, that's harsh, man. That's a tough decision. But I mean, if you're gonna do it anyway, that extra $10 doesn't seem so bad when you think about it.
Yeah.
But the other cover is gorgeous too. It's not like it's a bad cover.
Oh, that one no.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna go with the art tipper there. That
yeah,
one's a '94 cover. That's the worst thing. It's a 1994 piece from Great Capullo.
yeah,
So that's when he was starting in the Spawn.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool stuff. Well, congrats to RT Bear, man. That's awesome, and I obviously it's off. off to the races for this campaign. I think he's going to do really well with this.
Yeah, and one thing that he says there is that it's already ready to ship. So he already
Right.
mass printed. So I'm guessing that as soon as you buy it, he's probably gonna start fulfilling as soon as
Oh
it
man,
closes.
that makes it even more tempting. Damn.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna be clicking on this here, get this perk when I
Yep.
close this window.
Yeah, dude. I think I might have to. I might have to go for that too, dude. That's just. I don't. How many? Do you know how many pages it is?
Let me check, because I remember that it was a 3-issue miniseries back then.
Right.
Hold on, let me check if you.
So we could be looking at like maybe 64 pages.
That should be around 60 pages, I think, but I'm trying to make sure. It's supposed to be a remastered edition. There you go. Black and White is a 54-page graphic novel and is square-bound. Also, the book is printed on upgraded interior and cover paper.
Nice. Well, that's awesome, man. Hell yeah.
Well, okay, so it's done. I love Hate You, Artibert, and that book is mine. Oh, sweet, he's not charging me $25 shipping. I love you now.
Ooh. Does that change your mind? Makes it a little more tempting.
No, I hate you.
Yeah. So, Smiling Bandito loves seeing projects now being ready to go earlier and usually before the campaign is done now. Yeah. I think the longer CG goes, the better I think creators are going to get about that.
But I think that
there is something to be said where when it's still in production or it's just starting to be made, there is something about the backers feeling like they're part of actually making this thing possible, like bringing it to life with you.
It's not going to happen if you're not in it, type of thing.
Yeah. But then, on the flip side, of course, people don't necessarily like waiting 6 months to a year to get their product,
but we have to be honest and straightforward here, okay? And let's just be transparent here. Anybody that decides that wants to get themselves into a business, any type of business, including comics, right, means that usually you need to have that 3-year plan, right? So you have to come in. Your first book obviously is not going to be ready before you launch, but the end game is after at least 3 to 4 book. That every book you get a bit further down the line before you launch it, and eventually the end game is to be able to go, well, I got all the pages, everything's written, all the pages are penciled. Now we need the finalizing and this. I think that should be the end game for everybody. To be honest, I think that's pretty much the plan for everybody. But if we just get locked into that mindset, it's dangerous for the newbies and the new people coming in. Like, if people just want this is the way now only. I'm not supporting somebody that hasn't fulfilled or the book's not ready. Dude, do you know how much investment it could be from just a writer nowhere hiring an artist, a letterer, a colorist? This is the purpose of an Indiegogo and crowdfunding in the first place.
Right, it makes it possible. Like death metal, definitely, people watched what EVS had to go through, and to a lesser degree, Malin and your boy, I think, but just that daily fire that he was put in, as it got later and later, and it's like you don't want to go through that as a creator. It's a lot of pressure, but I respect all of them, and especially EVS for he never crawled into a hole and hid. He never took a day off. He was always there, and he always accountable for it.
Yep.
And that's how it's got to be.
That's why I keep telling people, like, when shit start going, it should, instead of going into hiding, no, you should double down. And the beeping, it's quite easy. It's a little construction going, renovations.
Yeah, and that's what I figured.
And Tatsunami is right. It's somebody backing up.
I was like, damn, how long does it take this fucker to back up, dude?
I don't know. It's probably a new one. He's a fucking rookie.
Yeah. I think there's just a nice balance. I'd like, Inkspots and I are kicking off our project. He's actually started on pages.
Oh, yeah?
we definitely like to have no less than 50% of the book completed before we start the campaign. And then by the
Hmm.
time the funding period is over, that's going to be real close to done, you know?
Yeah, but yeah, you also have to calculate that. And there's another thing that some backers, like I'm talking, and also creators, are not aware of it. There's a lot of uncontrollable factors that will happen throughout that campaign, after that campaign. Like I was not expecting to be dealing with my printer for like a week or almost 2 weeks to make sure that everything's okay. I thought, it would be, hey,
Right.
here's the print file, and we're done.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I
it's
was
almost
not,
like you have to assume that there's going to
yeah.
be unexpected shit, you
Like
know?
I did not think that Indiegogo would change their third party money transfer, and then get caught because of the change to wait
Right.
4 months to even get one money transfer.
Oh, damn.
That
That
took 4 months
hurts,
to
man.
even be resolved after my campaign was funded.
Ouch. Oh, I didn't know about that. Damn, dude.
Mm-hmm. It took 4 months and a half to get the money in my account.
It's like you
Wow, and
said, the hurdles of business, right?
Yeah,
right.
it is before you could come in easily and go, look, here's my Canadian account, and I'm asking for the money in the U.S. just to make it easier for people to follow, right? But then they changed their third person, which now it's Stripe right now. So the thing is, even though I was in their system as a Canadian with a Canadian account, right? They were trying to transfer it as if I was a U.S. citizen. So it was not working. They were using the same code as if
Okay.
they were transferring
Mhm.
money to you, then trying to transfer it to me.
There's always
Right.
another hurdle, and it seems like every time somebody starts, they go through all the same problems and they find new ones.
Hmm.
Right.
So it's
That's
like
what, you know,
nothing gets worked out.
And
you
like
know,
somebody said, he goes, "Oh, that's because Simon's international." Not really, because it happened to Wenger. It happened to other people in their
Yeah.
first campaign that they had to wait a month or two before they got their money. Me, it just got 4 months because Canadian exchange rate. I don't know.
Hmm.
Joking.
Yeah.
how are you doing, Smiling Bandito?
Very well. Hail and well met.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
hell.
Good. Always nice to have you on the show.
Cheers.
Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
being here.
Yeah.
Hail
I
to the
like.
chat. Skits Comic is in the house. Ryan Miller Art. Death Metal Hero is in here. Oh, yeah. Damn.
Well, hello and
Good
welcome,
stuff.
everyone.
There was something in the chat. I can't find it now. But yeah, I think there is the you really ought to have at least half the book done, I think, before you think about launching a campaign, just for your own sanity, but
Well,
also
I think
out
as
of
well.
respect for your customers. You know.
I think as well, you have to understand that your campaign isn't the beginning of your campaigning. So,
No.
I mean, if you're trying to get noticed and you're trying to get people to kind of see what you're doing, you have to be putting something out. So
Yes.
whether that's videos or
Yeah. It's
artwork or something, you have to have some kind of something that people can work with
like
before the campaign actually starts.
some of us are
Agreed.
saying, it's like your campaign's launching April. Well, you should
Mhm.
start promoting and showing your shit at least 6 months in advance, if not a year
100%.
even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we got someone in the house who did exactly that, who did it right, and that was Skits Comic. They spent a lot of time talking about the book, getting people signed up on their mailing list,
But look,
building that anticipation. You know.
do you remember my first campaign of Blood Hunt? I've been promoting for 6 months
Yeah.
before, right? I was promoting like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was super chatting Ethan. He's like, "Yeah, as soon as you're ready, and I'm like, okay. But I was trying to build up that, that momentum. It was not picking up,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna launch the campaign. But that's why I've been telling people, and the mindset. That's why I've been trying to get people in that mindset. When you're launching your first campaign, you're nobody. See it as an attempt, as in, like, you're just putting it out there. Like, don't even think you're gonna succeed. Put it out there to get noticed. And it
Yeah.
worked, because I
I
put it there,
completely. Yeah, I
and
agree with you for
people
sure on
noticed
that.
me at the last 2 weeks.
Well,
But
your product.
I was already set in my mind, already working on the second campaign.
Mhm.
Going, if it doesn't work, I'm already reworking everything, and I'm ready for it, because I saw it as, you try, it didn't work. Use the first campaign as the way to build it. You
Mhm.
know. So you have 2 months to build your own momentum. Then you go, well, we didn't succeed now, and everybody's like, well, that guy's solid. He's still ready to go. You're like, yep, let's do this shit. Round 2.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Your product's only part of it, right? And it's like, okay, you got this boulder in front of you. It's the best looking boulder in the boulder lot, but you still got to get it rolling, right?
Yep.
So I mean, if you're going to start pushing it forward, I mean, it's like you said, you gotta spend a little to make a little, and trying to get on EVS's show or trying to get on all the little shows or whatever it takes. I mean, you just got to be out there to do it. But then eventually the boulder starts getting momentum and your product speaks for itself.
Yep.
And then it doesn't take as much for you to kind of keep it going forward, right? So, you know, and you got good product. I think that's why the last 2 weeks suddenly you saw such a huge increase, is because that product was finally in front of people, in front of enough people.
And I agree with Ryan right there when he says, you know, Sim's right on this, and that artists, creators have to stop thinking that they're in a hierarchy, and that's
There
true.
are no small creators. There's
no
only small minds.
Yep, exactly. Like you go in, you know, the old saying doesn't, you know, fake it till you make it doesn't mean pretend to be something that you're not. It just means believe in yourself enough, and you know, don't act like you're a small, a puny. Just go out there like if you're a star. Like you want to be an actor, well, go out there and act like you're Brad Pitt. God damn it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You have to.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said for that. You know, it's a mindset, and if you're always projecting, you know, that idea of being small or being a small creator, I mean, that's what people are going to believe, and they're going to walk away with that idea about you. So
I would go as far as saying that another thing that you learn in art is stop comparing yourself to others. It's inspire yourself from other artists, but stop comparing your success, your style, the people liking your shit. That's just stupid. Stop comparing yourself to them.
right, there's only you can bring that thing that you bring to the table. Like if you're an artist, there is something about what you produce that is completely 100% unique to you. You know.
Yes, and you need to believe that. Otherwise, why are you saying it?
Yeah.
Right. If you don't believe that you have something to say or something to show, like, why are you doing it?
It's like saying, if you don't believe your book is good, how are you going to convince others that it is?
Right. And then, you know, speaking of bringing something unique to the table, we got George Peter Gatsis in the house.
Hail, George.
Greetings, everybody.
How you doing, George?
I'm okay. All right.
Good. Good.
I saw the title this time before I came in.
Oh, okay. And oddly enough, we haven't even. We're not even talking about it at all.
It's a good thing we have George here to get us on topic.
That's right, man. Who would have thought George would be George is the rock that's going to keep us in line like that. In what world does that happen?
The first time I walked in here and knowing the subject, and you guys are not talking about it.
Exactly.
Hey, dude,
we got to keep you on your toes, man. That's what we do.
I don't know if it's a new thing, but I was about to back that black and white book. The first time I noticed this, add a tip to Indiegogo. You can give a tip to Indiegogo now.
Holy what?
I'm not joking. If you go back right now, to back the book, if you go under, it says add a tip to Indiegogo, 15%, 10%, 5%.
I guess more power to them. I mean, probably
if you
some
don't
people
ask,
might
you won't
do
get
it.
one. Yeah.
I would say to Indiegogo, just create a model that is financially successful for you, and don't ask for tips. It's not come on.
Well, they're already taking 5% of our campaign plus an extra 4 to 5% for the transactions, right? So it goes up to like
that's
between
better
8
than
to 10, yeah.
That is better than Kickstarter was doing, right?
About a 2-3% difference, yeah. Which is big when you think about it.
It's still it's a hit. It's a hit, but
but not just that. It's also their platform, like the way to build it, the in-demand store, just the way the tools that you have to build that nice little campaign is way better than Kickstarter. Kickstarter is a fucking pain. Yes, it's like going and trying to build a quick little website with WordPress when you haven't never ever fucking touched anything.
Right. What do you guys? I mean, do you think it's viable for ComicsGate to, in the future, kind of look toward building their own platform? for crowdfunding, or is it just not? Is it just not something that's worth exploring?
Absolutely, because you know how well we all get along. That'll definitely work.
That's where
Perfectly.
I was going.
What could possibly go wrong?
And
Well,
now
I-
if we
but I-
had some communal form of making money, I'm sure that will go. That will be.
No, but I do think that it could be a possibility. But the only way that discussing with a whole bunch of people that I came up, it would be to if everybody that would be like your CG would be having one place to be able to sell the store, like one website where people can find the campaigns, buy the after campaign merchandise type of thing, and also maybe have a crowdfunding there where everybody would agree to pay a certain part of it. Like,
Well, I would say.
understand,
Go ahead.
From what I understand, Adam Post is already working with somebody to try and create something like that. I think that's what Edwin was actually starting to work towards as well.
I would see the only way I would really get behind that is if it was the decree was that it would run at expense only. The whole point of it would be the benefit would be to lower the hit that creators take.
Yeah.
Right? So if it was running at pure expense only to benefit creators, then it would be cool. But if someone's trying to make a profit on
but
it,
that's the thing. The
How can you
Edwin
do it? Yeah.
the Edwin thing they were starting. They tried, it didn't work. They were trying to fucking charge people to get on the
Oh,
Indicon.
come
It
on.
was a weird freaking thing between them. They tried.
I gotta jump in here.
Please do.
Can our
Save us.
wonderful host create a web page and ask you to go to my domain site, please, georgepetergadgets.com.
you want me to share?
Yes, please.
Okay.
This conversation or this concept of creating your own crowdfunding platform, and excuse me, I will kill it instantly with an exhibit instead of talking about it.
Okay.
The thing, George, is the fact that crowdfunding goes with the reputation that like it's like the website. I have one you could buy with the PayPal link.
Can you click on the Joe King button at the top, please? Oh, it's probably going to jump into a new browser.
Oh, it did. Are you taking me to your email sign up?
No. This is
Okay.
Which
one am I clicking? Is it this one?
Marketing for your own book.
a copy. There you go. See this?
Okay.
This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the most inexpensive crowdfunding platform you can have. There's a PayPal button. The tiers are duplicated as if they would appear on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. And what's your crowdfunding platform? As an example, Twitter and YouTube. What's the difference? Instead of sending people over to Indiegogo, you send people over to your personal website where it has the PayPal buttons. They can purchase the product. No.
Well, it's just this is a store. This is a store.
Yep.
No. But this is the same thing.
So I can tell you what the difference is.
Go ahead.
So the difference is that you have cross advertising when you have a communal store. So this one is only advertising your book, and it's dependent upon you going out there and drawing people to this site. Whereas if you have a communal store, then people who have bought different books will see your book on the same site.
That's one of the things that I was telling a lot of creators that people should chip in to have that website, to have an after campaign market with exactly like what you're saying, with a PayPal button, which is very freaking easy to do.
But everyone should have this as well. I think Joe King is absolutely right. Everyone should have this.
You're getting off topic. You're getting completely off topic. Okay.
You mean we're getting off? Okay, we're getting off your topic. Sorry.
No. You made a point about cross promotion, all that stuff, right? Well, it's very simple. It's very simple. My email list, I will send out an email burst to my customers and say, here's Sim's book. It's available at Sim's website. It's a wonderful book. I highly recommend it. Sim, in his email list, he'll say, here's George's book, and here's Six Gun Gorilla book. I highly recommend you go to these two websites and get the book. You see?
Okay. However,
what's-
on a communal site, one email goes out to every single backer. No, so not to every single backer. To every single person who goes to that site who has been there because of multiple books. One email goes out saying, "Check out the new addition to the site."
Me, I would like to bring up another thing that I was trying to mention before.
Okay.
It's the trust factor.
We
The
can-
trust
we can-
factor. People
Mm.
have trust in Indiegogo. They have a protection that if they get screwed or something goes wrong, right? While on your website, there's no protection for them. None.
Well,
You know.
yeah. The trust factor is
Yeah.
okay. You can remove the web page, please. And
Oh,
bring
thank
us
you,
back.
thank you,
Okay.
George.
No, thank you.
You're not wrong.
No,
So that's why I'm like,
there's-
I agree with
also-
you, George, on that. But the thing is, after you build your like your following on Indiegogo, I think like the idea of having your website, like you have, it's a must, dude. Like
Yeah.
Smiley
Right.
Medito,
Yes.
everybody should have
Yes.
that.
I mean, isn't the whole point of crowdfunding is the excitement that it generates, right? Watching a campaign grow and build. I mean, you're not going to
do
get
that
that
too.
with the store.
Yes, you can. But let me address Sims.
the store's only a part of what George is saying too, because he's saying
Sims-
keep your
Sims-
YouTube and all that stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Sim's trust factor is that Sims speaks highly of the Six Gun Gorilla. His customers already have his product, and they agree, and they trust Sim. And Sim says, "Since you trust me, I recommend this book."
Mm-hmm.
So what you're doing is you're building a trust factor that grows with the whole statement that I've heard constantly: a rising tide lifts all
A high
boats.
tide raises all ships.
Right.
That was complete bullshit in its execution for the last year and a half.
I agree.
Okay, but what I just described to you right now does actually personify in a tangible
Sketch
and
Therapy
action-
talked
and
highly about
actionable
that
sense.
Detective Dead guy.
Oh, right. Right. It doesn't always work. But I see. So you're saying let's just end our reliance on third-party crowdfunding sites altogether.
Yeah,
No,
I think the idea is more
I
to
said that 10 seconds ago.
think 3 steps forward. Meaning
Exactly.
everything in business wise, you need to think further down the road, right? Like I was telling you, like when I came into crowdfunding, I know that I had at least in my head 5 campaigns that I wanted to run to get to a certain point where people would wait less for my book, have a better quality, and down the line having also buying a 3D printer, and I have a little plan that I have there, and the end game is to be able to run a campaign on Indiegogo for the Indiegogo fans, the people that have been following me and supporting me since the get-go, offering them a deluxe edition, and maybe and afterwards having one of those websites, because I also have a website, but I don't use it like George does right now, but like website like George has, where you have your direct edition that you could have with a link directly either to your Amazon store or through a PayPal button. A PayPal button, as soon as you have a PayPal account, you can go create a button for a product.
And here's the thing. You said something very key. Our wonderful host here said something very interesting, everybody, is that you don't have that excitement that the crowdfunding website has where people see they're participating. Well, actually, PayPal has an inventory option to the buttons that you create. So when somebody, say I created a particular book and I put inventory 1,000 units. So when anybody clicks the PayPal button to buy something, it will give you an update on the inventory list.
Got you. And I'm sure someone with some coding know-how could also probably implement some features using these tools, right?
Yes, it is.
What if you don't have PayPal?
PayPal has the options to incorporate a public statement of your inventory list as people are purchasing it. Therefore, you are literally duplicating the entire experience, but becoming more personal and reducing your expenses and expanding your audience to active, interested, engaged customers.
Me, I'd like to bring up another point to validate something that Smiling Bandito said before: the community aspect of Indiegogo or Kickstarter, meaning we don't only get the attention or the traffic or the thing from other CGers. We get them from all the projects on Indiegogo. Like there's people that come for the video games, the board game, the novels, the plushies. And that's the people you get access to also with those type of platform. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think the idea it's one or the other. I think that maybe we should it's like Smiling Bandito said. I agree with him. It's like the idea should be to have both technically.
Yeah, for sure. So was there, Sim, on your campaign? Does Indiegogo are you able to track like purchases that were literally made from people just kind of cruising the website? Is there any way for you to know what the numbers are on that?
I think there is. I haven't checked, but I know there's some people that know that find out that they know that the traffic doesn't come from Indiegogo. Like you can find out if it comes from Indiegogo, if it comes from other people.
It's in the referral option.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, who is this masked man here that just appeared?
Oh, El Gargo.
Hail Gargoyle.
Yes.
Gargoyle
in the house.
Hail.
Yep.
Always drawn.
I look like Inkspot's brother, so if I put a camera on, people would just think.
What are you saying exactly? I think Inkspot is a beautiful man. Beautiful.
So you're technically Inkspot's cousin. Got it.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm generic looking. I don't look that special.
That's all right.
That's what Inkspot said, and when we saw him, we went, "Whoa, that's special."
Dude, he's awesome. But it's like
makes you so special.
I think there's just a different engagement that happens when people are on camera. I don't think there's any denying it, really. No. I mean, some people can get away with not doing it for sure.
Well, some people do have a face for radio. However, you are in a marketing situation with most of the people that are coming on here. So being able to have that face-to-face, I think always. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure on the timeline, but I think like EVS kept telling Vinny, like just rip that Band-Aid off and get on camera. And I feel like once he started doing that and got comfortable with it, it's when he started to see his platform grow and his sales go up.
That's what I was going to say about myself.
That you've experienced that as well, Sim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to not show but it's not the fact that I don't want people to see me. It's just, to me, it was like when I first started, right? I'm the type of guy, like I've been doing cons and shit. I don't have a problem interacting with people. But as soon as you would put me in front of a camera, right?
Oh man, I get feel anxious. Your pain.
I'm not comfortable. I don't like it. I know I'm not a star. Like I never wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be maybe the stuntman, but not the actor, right?
Right.
So yeah, it took me a while, and some friends told me, goes, dude, just freaking do it, because I would put my camera on when in private hangouts with people, right?
Yeah.
And people are like, dude, just fucking do it. I'm like, but like I said before, it's the mentality that hit in my head when we were having a discussion on a live stream we were going, what's CG, right? What's the thing that's happening? I think what it is right now, it's when you take a step back and you realize that what's happening, it's CG is a 24/7 con. And dude, that's when it hit me like a fucking mule in my head going, oh,
they want to meet you. Fuck. They want to meet you.
I'm like, wait a minute, why am I having a hard time doing this shit? I do cons all the time.
What's your definition of con?
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con. I used to run the Fantasticon with two friends. The Montreal Fantasticon. I used to go to the Toronto, Ontario one, the Quebec one. I used to go to the Salon du Livre. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Kami Mark made a good point here. It really does. It's another thing that builds trust. You become more of a real person. It's more intimate. It builds trust.
But when they say it's all,
there are so many people that I see in so many places here, like Tatsunami and Razmaz and Kami Mark. Like and Hex Allen. These are all great people to have in your chat.
They're absolutely fantastic. Razmaz, I feel, is like is rising to the like a Jabba the Cuck level or an Andino. Like he drops
really
some
enjoy-
majorly clever insults too.
I'll bring in like 2 basic points of the reason why showing your face is good, and it's quite logical and it's simple. 1, everybody says it. Everything's in the eyes, so let people see your eyes, right?
Yeah.
And 2, people know by your reaction, looking at your eyes, your face, if you're sincere, how passionate you are about shit, when if you're bullshitting or not, if you feel confident. Because anything behind an image, you could pretend to be anything. I could tell you anything. I could tell you I'm a woman. I could tell you I'm 24 years old.
Are you a 24-year-old woman?
Is there
but
something
I
you'd
could
like
tell
to
you-
share?
I could tell you guys anything. That's the thing, that just the fact of showing your face in front of people, 1, it's like you're at the con. It's like they're meeting you. They can see your eyes. They can see your passion when you're talking about your book, and that's usually what sells it.
That is, yeah. Additionally, it takes time. Like ripping off the Band-Aid is important because it takes time to kind of get there. I remember 6 months ago or whatever, I went on Ethan's show for the first time, and I had something super eloquent planned in my head about how comics were exciting again, and how amazing these the creators that were coming into CG and everything. And I just got on there. I was just like, I love you, man. It was like I was lost in the woods, and now I found CG, and Ethan, I just love you, man. So
that's funny. Yeah. It's
you
just,
get nervous, right? And it's
Y'all want to
anxiety.
see that bad?
I still
Go to Pornhub, look up Bridget B, and look up the Fuck Team 5. I'm in one of those videos. You want to see me that bad? To me, I think y'all.
Hold on. Can you repeat? I'm taking notes. Can you repeat that?
Okay, go to Pornhub, look up Bridget B, and try to find the Fuck Team 5.
All right, Fuck Team 5. Got it.
That's one video. Or look up a girl named Raveness, and there's a scene with me and her that we fucked on a pallet in a warehouse.
Okay, well,
there you go.
Yeah, I'm sure some people will take you up on that offer.
They're both.
I'm looking it up right now.
They're all sad.
Smiling's like, yeah.
They're all
loading.
They're all meme worthy. That's why I put it out there, because I'm pretty sure people are going to make fun of me about it anyways.
Oh yeah, you can't hide anything on the internet.
Just be ahead of that. That's the best way to do it for sure.
And that's why I don't care about showing my face. Pretty much, if people get that tape, you've seen enough of me. You see my face fucking ejaculating. I'm pretty sure you don't need to see any more of me.
Yeah. It's good stuff. It takes practice. It's like anything, man. You just gotta get comfortable with it. Practice. Bandito, you seem like you've completely become comfortable.
I've become climatized to this online mess of a.
Yeah, exactly. You're making music. I want to check out. I want to check out more of your content, man. Yeah,
there'll be more stuff coming. Not like Gargoyle, but
we can't all be superstars.
Yeah,
big titty women or sex.
Do you have a wrench in here, Smiling?
No,
I don't think so. I'm going to drop you a wrench, so if feel free to
cheers.
Post a link to your channel for sure.
Oh, I see what we're getting at. That's awesome. Thanks, man. And
yeah, no problem.
I hate to have that happen, and then I'm like ducking out on you. But I have a prior engagement that I got to get to.
Oh, that's totally fine, dude. I just, I want you to be able to post links. You can self-promote if you want to shout out books. It's not no responsibility. I don't really need moderators to keep things in check or anything. It's just have fun with it.
Yeah. Well, I came on here because of the topic that you were talking about, the culture that cried wolf, and I was just like, oh, that's like exactly what I've been thinking
then
about.
we never even got there.
Yeah.
It's called the victimhood mentality.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about if we waited too long. Do we wait too long to fight back? And against the entertainment, and maybe that's the reason that we're in the predicament that we're in. So if you guys want to swing by my show tomorrow,
absolutely, dude. That's fantastic. A great topic. Yeah, cool.
And I typically, I'll probably actually hang out with you guys before that, because I typically run a show just after you guys. So
Okay,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I'll be
And
sure and
use
shout it out from
Smiling
now on.
Bandito.
Cheers.
All right. Thanks for being on, man.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a great
Later,
day.
buddy.
All right.
Later.
See you, man.
That's
Okay,
his name,
so-
Smiling Bandito.
Let me put it out there. DC,
Okay.
DC expanding into Walmart.
Yes, I was just going to bring that up.
Okay, I'll just give you my thoughts. The moment DC and Marvel expand into Walmart, the Mitch deal is dead. Because the way I see it, Walmart is not going to deal with a couple of Mickey Mouse publishers when they got the whales coming in.
I know. Yeah, dude, I have to admit, the moment I saw this, I thought the same exact thing. I'm like, oh dear. That's probably not good for them. I mean, I guess it could go either way, because if Walmart is going to give actual shelf space to a larger cross-section of books, maybe Allegiance Arts would just be combined into that, but maybe, like you're saying, they'd rather just...
Oh, come on.
they're going to just get rid of them.
Walmart needs ongoing revenue flowing quickly and constantly. And Marvel and DC, they can do that on a weekly basis. Do you think Mitch and his team can do that on a weekly basis? Can they keep up? Hell no. They couldn't even get a book out in 2 years.
Oh,
Kinda
God,
right with
I
all
mean,
the
you're
licenses
absolutely
the
right.
AT&T have.
So what you've got someone who risked everything, sacrificed a lot of trust with all the backers for this deal, and now it's looking like and this is still in the rumor stages, but it is I think there is a really strong possibility that this will happen. They're going to get actual shelf space. They're going to be able to carry a lot of books, and like you said, they're going to be able to deliver high quantity amount of products all from one source. I mean, that's probably going to be the end for Allegiance Comics.
It's been happening for years. Diamond has stopped being their one and only distributor. Their books have been like I'm talking about trades and all those stuff. Have been in libraries, bookstores, right? So right now it's like they're cutting the one that's not paying. That's not paying enough anymore, and they're just concentrating on the bookstores and everything everywhere.
And the other thing, Walmart, I believe, because from my business experience and dealing with people who have dealt with Walmart on deals and stuff like that, is that Walmart does not do the direct market approach where you buy it, you own it, you're done. You got to sell it yourself. No, you put it on the shelf. We'll order these books, we'll put it on the shelf. What we can't sell, we're going to take store credit, or we want a refund.
Yeah.
It's going back to the old newspaper stand, and that's a wonderful thing, because what will happen is Marvel and DC, they're going to have to produce good product that actually sells instead of this ideology bullshit that they've been putting out.
Absolutely,
right? They've lost that net.
They no longer have the LCS as whipping boys anymore. They can't just abuse that outlet, those retailers. So you're right. They're going to have to actually produce things that people want and want to keep. You know what? Going to Walmart on a weekly basis. Okay, so you go get your weekly books. At the same time, you're in there. You're buying yourself the groceries that you need, or trinkets that you may have been putting aside that you want to get, like a lawn chair for Sim so he can relax his arm. Well, and then you have that component of younger people being just bored to tears, walking around doing shopping with their parent. Now they can run to the comic book section and look at that stuff.
What do you also get at Walmart? You get a huge toy section. It's not as big as Toys R Us that used to be, but damn it, it's a big toy section.
Right.
And it's got a large swath of product there that appeals to everybody. And what else does Walmart have? It's got a video section, game section, right? A huge game section. It's also has bikes and other accessories that kids love.
Yeah, dude. So you definitely think this is a positive. This is a good thing.
I think it's the best thing that can happen.
Yep.
Walmart is much bigger. It's stable. Cash flow happens. I mean, the business is solid. It's
Right.
not built. It's not built on bullshit. Steve Geppi says, "Oh, I'm going to stop the business today," and tomorrow he says,
Yeah.
"I can't pay you for 6 months from now." It's like,
And-
whoa, what happened?
And they don't. Go.
Sorry. At one point in time, I saw a report. I remember this clearly. Diamond had made $90 million on their little, spread, their little percentage spread between the the creators and the retail stores. How does that kind of thing disappear so quickly?
Yeah. Right.
You cannot even deal with Diamond if you didn't print at least 5,000 copies, because they wouldn't pay more than 75 cents a copy.
Yeah, they want 60% as an average. They want 60% discount.
Like if you look at the most comic book, like European and American, right? The way that it works, you have so many like distributor, the editor, there's so many middlemen that at the end, the creators, the team of creators, gets not more than 6 to 10%.
Yeah.
Of that cover price.
Yeah.
Just the
yeah,
store.
Dude, I gotta tell you.
Just the store takes between 30 to 40%.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. I worked on a project for years. We published through Image Comics. It was a Viking mythology book. This is probably, damn, dude, this is more than 15 years ago. But I never saw a single solitary fucking shiny penny from that. Years of work. Nothing. And it's just the way the whole thing was structured then.
What was it called?
Runes of Ragnan. And it's still, I think you can even still buy the thing on Amazon or something. I think the paperback's still up there, but a lot of bad mojo mixed up in it for me. I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of what we created, but damn, it was heartbreaking. But a lot of that is exactly what you're talking about. The amount that's left over for a creator at the end of it all is just about nothing. It's just about nothing. So, yeah, this could be good. Walmart, like a lot of people, I'm not a huge fan of Walmart, but like most other people, I do wind up being there, at least once or twice a month, So.
Yeah. The interesting thing about this is that now, if you want to extrapolate it to say ComicsGate, can one ComicsGater, Mitch and his three art teams, can they maintain their presence in Walmart? Not a chance. Not at the moment Disney and Warner Brothers come in there. But
yeah, I can't argue with you, man. It's not looking good.
I've said this before. If the creators of ComicsGate come together with the projects that they have completed, and they represent themselves as a unified front to Walmart, and say, look, we got 15, 20 books that you can put on your shelf, and these are not periodicals. These are evergreen products.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Make an order.
It's a possibility, man. Again, it's if we can all.
See, the thing is, if Walmart can make a deal for 4 titles, 3 issues each, imagine, somebody would come to Walmart and say, "Look, this is ComicsGate, and we got 50 titles, 50 individual creators who have produced graphic novels, not floppies."
Because you got to get those individuals to be willing to work together and then make sure the deal goes through if everybody agrees. Because usually when you have a 15-person group, at least fucking 4 of those people are going to be like, well, I want this. Why'd that person get this? And of course, there's going to be some kind of uproar.
I understood, and I already know the answer to that, and that's you all come to a hive agreements before you go to Walmart. So
That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's what
That's
I just
what he
said.
said. Yeah.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. Sorry, I completely missed it. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it would all have to be done. If it was just rock solid contract and agreement, I'm sure that you could avoid a lot. Hopefully avoid any problems. It shouldn't be that difficult. Look, there are a lot of really solid business minded creators in ComicsGate. So there are so many ways that we can move forward and get books out there. But again, if you're looking at you can't do anything if crowdfunding, and it's certainly at the moment, crowdfunding is at the heart, as the core of everything that's going on in ComicsGate. So anything you do that might harm that or take away from it or make the backers feel like there's less value in it, that's not necessarily a good thing. So you have to weigh all of those. You have to measure all of that, right? I mean, what would you say? I mean, if Blood Hunt became available in Walmart at a lower price than your backers paid for it, that's not going to help build trust with your customer base?
Nope.
Right.
That's why I keep saying, like, if we as creators, we absolutely need to start thinking after campaign life of our product, because it's otherwise it's like, if there's no demand, there's no value, right? There's no point. So we do have to think outside the box, right? What we do with our books when they're funded, right? We can't just freaking come back to Indiegogo and with a different cover every time.
Right.
And if there's no demand to those books, your books that you bought have no collectability value, right? So when you start from there, you need to think about having an after campaign market. That's why I said we need to do, it's like applying the reverse method of all the business, the comic book business has been. It's like they usually go, hey, here's the cheap version, floppy, build to the big book, which is a good thing you can also apply here, right? Hey, here's a small book, not too expensive, 25 page, big book. But what the CG has been doing right now, it's the other way around. I think it's a bit better. Meaning, here, we offer you the big deluxe edition. You get in on the first print, the creation part. You get the deluxe edition. Then you can go with the Alterna, your own way, like George was saying, on your website, print on demand, Amazon, whatever. But you do have to think about it, because that's passive income. And in business, passive income, it's what you're looking for. It's making money of something you've already created and put out there.
Oh, it's vital. I mean, I'm not sure how if you're not doing that and you're trying to, make a living at it or, raise a family, certainly I don't think it's sustainable if you're not creating that passive income for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And that's the entire point of this.
Right. So we have to do it, but we have to do it in a way that doesn't upset the primary thing. And certainly there are ways to do it,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You do the big book, and then you can do a direct edition, like maybe like a few months after, right? That can be available as floppies. You could do it print on demand, like not big quality. You could go with Alterna, and if it gets popular, then you could do another version of that freaking thing. But the people that got in on the campaign know they had the first print, the deluxe edition that they got in at the beginning.
More than oftentimes that it'll be signed. Often, and of course, you're getting whatever stretch goals came with the campaign. A lot of exclusive items. So yeah, I think it's it's fairly simple to maintain that initial crowdfund is special.
I think that's the magic of CG.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a question. The runes book. You said it's like 15 years ago.
Maybe more. I don't know.
Okay, what was your involvement in it? You're the writer, the artist?
Writer creator. And I did I also did the flats and the lettering, just because the less people involved, the more chance we might have of making money. But
Okay,
making money was not something that happened.
So my question is, I googled the cover, and I see some random internal images. Um, this cannot go to crowdfunding now.
I've thought about it. You know how it is as a creator, whether you're an artist or writer, whatever it is, something you've made 15, 20 years ago. It's not. I don't feel like it's representative of who I am or what I would create now. Do I think it's something people might want? It's a really fun book. It's very violent. We didn't hold anything back as far as that goes. So, maybe that is a possibility, down the road. We'll see. But I would certainly rather put something new and fresh out there first.
You got Otley, Templesmith. I mean, come on.
Yeah, dude, we had Ben Templesmith did a cover on one of these. Josh Metters went on to do work for a major publisher.
Yeah.
Jay Photos was the colorist. That's the guy who colored Spawn. Colored hundreds of books. So it was a good team.
Cook. I mean, come on. Oh my gosh. If these guys, this would be awesome. This would be incredible. I mean, Ethan brought back. Fraggot brought his book back.
Yes.
The art that I'm seeing, this looks polished. It's ready to go.
Yeah. It's polished. It's ready to go. It's certainly something I'd consider. Like I said, I'd like to build a reputation, put something new out there, and if things, how things go, well, it certainly would be something I'd consider, for sure. But I appreciate that, man. I appreciate your comments on it. That's cool.
You're welcome. Gosh darn it.
When the blue Muppet gives you a compliment, you better appreciate that shit.
Yeah,
right?
Accept it. Submit to it.
Yes. So I thought this was interesting. Galaxy Comics has a GoFundMe to pay $28,000 in outstanding rent.
What?
So this is the state. A lot of shops are in real trouble with everything that went on. They just weren't able to cover rent. There was no revenue coming in, and more than likely these are shops that just completely kind of, I'm assuming, neglected like the online market. They didn't transition toward that. They weren't prepared for this. So yeah, it's and this is. It's just sad to see, but I don't think it can be all that surprising.
Well, I think it's going to get worse because I just got word in the news. I just saw a word in the news. Sorry, for spoken sentences that the support payments, just like in the United States, for the COVID, they have been extended another 4 months.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Nope. News just happened the last couple of days.
I'm not surprised about that.
I didn't even get them because I was told that self-employed cannot get them.
Wow, that's crazy.
I can't get unemployment because I'm technically a business owner.
Yeah, that hurts, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my lady was working at the local alternative weekly here, and they've been running for more than 40 years. They went down. She was able to get the unemployment, thankfully, because we would have been in a world of hurt if not for that. But yeah, it's just long-standing businesses going under. This thing has been brutal in ways I don't think we can even measure quite yet.
AMC is not going to make it.
Right. Well, that's in this little cinema right next to this comic book shop went down as well, and they got a lot of foot traffic from the cinema, so that played a role in them ultimately not being able to make enough money. So yeah, we're just racing toward that time where it's all going to be online. We're not going to have those personal relationships with stores. That's happening really fast. Really fast. There was another, I saw a video, I think Thinking Critical put out a video where a guy is closing 2 of his shops, but he was planning ahead, and he's not going out of business. It's just transitioning to an online marketplace. But he's closing 2 brick and mortar stores because it just doesn't make sense now.
But there's a whole, like, right now there's 2 stores in Montreal right now. One's called don't need the names. One opened up their own online shop. That's how they survived during the COVID. Right, they're starting opening their own shop. The other one had one before, so that's how it stayed alive. And now you have one that's called Captain Quebec that's been having some trouble. So now they just announced like a 30% off Excel.
Oh, wow.
Stuff inside, so, you know. Usually you
That's,
know what that means, right?
Dude, Razmaz can't extended the closed border until mid-July. He can't get his stuff from the P.O. box. That sucks, dude. Damn. He's like, I wish I had crossed the border illegally months ago. Yeah. Damn. It's just been such a tough, strange year. I can't wrap my brain around all of it. It's really strange.
Yeah, it was shitty. Like in the beginning, like that's what I was saying before. Like George saying that they extended it here, right? But before, if you were self-employed, you could not get it because they ask you, like, you know, you can make money or something like that for like what? But now I heard that somebody just, you know, told me that they unlock one for the self-employed one, so I'm gonna be checking.
That's cool. Well, we didn't. I guess I'll save the main topic for another day. The culture that cried wolf. Although it sounds like
what was it? What was the main topic?
The culture that cried wolf.
Technically, victim mentality.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
You know,
We can conclude this topic in a couple of minutes.
Okay, drop it, dude. Drop it, George.
All right. People who have continually had poor things to say, and people who had continually made allegations and statements that they cannot back, have diminished the confidence and the trust from the audience. Example, the fake news. It's constantly being called fake news, but now it's at a point where people are no longer calling it fake news. They're just not considering it. They're not. They're what do you call it? What's the word?
BuzzFeed.
What's that?
I call it BuzzFeed.
Okay. There's another word for not caring or not giving a shit.
Oh.
Flustered.
I'm not sure. It's I forgot what it was. But there's a very specific word to that actually expresses in one word the feeling of I stopped caring. I will not listen to you anymore.
Yes.
I thought that
exactly.
was
Okay, that goes beyond just labeling it fake news. You're just not even giving it any attention anymore.
Right.
And the system itself is no longer even pretending. The system now is no longer even bothering. The fake news system is no longer even bothering to pretend they're fake news. They are persuading opinions.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
There's one video of a CNN reporter standing in front of a burning building, saying, it's the riots are not that big a deal. There's a burning building behind him. How's that not a big deal?
Right. Yeah, it's insanity, and it's like, all of this crying wolf, getting people to be outraged about things that just were not worthy of the outrage, and just over and over again, like you're saying, people become apathetic. Thank you to the chat for
apathetic.
Yes, thank you to the chat for dropping that word for us. We just couldn't get there. But yeah, so it's just created this apathy. And now if you have an actual real problem, or a real predator that actually needs to be called out, people they're just shut down. They're apathetic. So
That was the entire purpose of calling people Nazis, just because you disagreed with them. Yeah.
Right. So now you just got people disconnecting from the whole thing, not engaging, and I mean maybe that was the goal, maybe that's the objective of it. I'm not sure, but it's certainly happening, and you can you can only ask human beings to care about so many things at a given time. Like if you just keep pushing it constantly, of course they're going to shut down.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. And the other thing is, we just mentioned words. Well, the words themselves are no longer meaningful. The N word, the F words, the other N word, Nazi, you're a bigot or you're a racist. All of it's meaningless because it's been thrown into in use. It's saturated. It's like every other word is some sort of phobia statement. And at this point, it's like, I don't care what you're saying because you've said it already, and I've heard you before many times over and over and over. It's not going to make any sense to me. Why should I even listen to you anymore? And the other crazy thing is, how do you connect this to ComicsGate? Oh, very simple, very simple. Within ComicsGate, it's like you made fun of me, I've made fun of you. I've sent a meme. You said a bad word. Okay, I get it. After a few exchanges, it becomes boring. The moment's gone. And if you continue to fester on it, no one's going to give you any attention. Nope. No one's going to care. It doesn't matter how much you yell and complain on a live stream. No one's. There's a blank stare in people's faces.
Yeah, it just becomes exactly. It becomes noise that people just want to disconnect from after a while. And it's like, but the problem with that is, in the midst of all that noise, there could be an actual, legitimate, real problem that needs to be addressed.
Usually there is.
And nobody's going to hear it because they've just said, fuck it, I'm not listening to any of this shit. And that's the problem with crying wolf all the time. We might miss real things that need to be addressed. And that goes for our culture, our society, and ComicsGate.
But that's how it works. It's like you don't want people paying attention to what's happening there. Yeah, but create something that's happening there. It's like the first rule of magic. Look at that hand. Look at that hand, while the other one's fucking you over. Yep,
exactly, man. You were right, George. I think we hit that really quick. I think we nailed it down. Thank you for pushing us forward on the main topic.
All right.
I appreciate that. So, Sim, what do you want to shout out today? I mean, we already we shouted out Black Flag. You're going to get a second chance at that. Maybe we should do that again.
We shouted out Black and White.
Black and White. Sorry.
Thank you for no, it's okay because Black Flag.
That's what I meant.
We're getting the extra book. He passed the 150K, so we're getting the 0.5.
Oh, right, nice.
I like to bring attention to other campaigns, like check out Captain Love from Drew in the chat, Six Gun Gorilla, More Lethal, Seven Legions, The Lost Pages, all those cool projects that right now are not getting the attention that they should all get, because right now there's so much shit on Twitter.
Yeah.
So go check out those campaigns.
There's just a lot of fucking campaigns running.
And if you just want to explore campaigns, go see the creators' freaking Twitter feed, and most of us, we share campaigns that we enjoy or support. So go check it out.
And Drew, I just added you as a mod. If you want to drop the link to your project, please feel free to do so. Awesome. George, what do you got for us?
Just go to georgepetergatzis.com and click on the big pretty pictures. It'll take you to the email sign-up page. Big discounts on mini figurines, really cute mini figurines. Wait a minute. Did you see my assortment of figurines?
I haven't seen the assortment. I saw the one where you said it's going to get bigger and bigger.
Okay. Give me a sec. Let me get the assortment of figurines. You're gonna love this.
Gargoyle, what you got while he's doing that?
I'm with Sim. What he said. So pass.
Dude, I love the the excitement you bring to the table every time just blows me away.
Sorry,
so,
I'm
but-
retarded.
But he's always drawn massive tits. Every time.
Are you saying there's something wrong with that?
No,
wrong
I'm
with
saying
that.
that's. Why do you think I keep bringing him on here?
Stop tit shaming him.
Because I'm mentally retarded and I like big titties.
Right. Well, yeah.
So your name should not be Gargle, should be Kenny.
But that would be confused with the South Park character.
True.
Oh, these do look pretty damn cute, man.
Yeah, these are the figurines, the ship, and the 3 character figurines. They're going to be available in the campaign. You can only get the discount, the huge discount, if you get on the email list. After the campaign goes live, the prices are going to be ridiculous on this campaign. Yeah, you'll probably afford to get the book or maybe 1 figurine, but if you want all 4 figurines, you got to get on the email list because that's the only way you're going to get the discounts. Maybe
All right,
get
man.
Get the book and the spaceship, and if you think you can squeeze a little more, maybe the one of the figurines. But you won't have the funds to get everything. And Cash Grab and Vestige. These are 2 books that are hardly spoken about on social media. I don't know why. These are small campaigns.
I know,
Lots
that's
of
the one I
people-
see all the time. No, everybody's sharing them. We see the site.
I haven't heard of them. What are you talking about?
What?
But
No,
I
I-
agree. Go check them out. They're great books.
Yeah. Cash Grab by Cecil. If you don't know Cecil is love. Cecil is life. Vestige by Gad Hanzo. Come on, and
Yeah, the first
Donald-
one was
Donald-
great, and the second one's with Doodle Bag, and the art looks awesome.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Fantastic campaigns, as Trump would say, excellent stuff. And all that stuff.
Nice. Thank you to the chat for being here. A lot of great contributions. No problem, Drew, for that wrench. And yeah, good show, guys. And we will see you tomorrow.